Welcome, Leo, to your weekly love reading for June 11th to the 17th of 2018. So let's look into a 10-card Celtic cross spread for you. All right. Leo in love for June 11th to the 17th of 2018. All right. Leo. All right. Leo. So we do have the theme. We have some injustice here. All right. Some of you, either you're dealing with somebody who's not being honest, or you're not being honest with someone else, and it's purposely doing these things to hurt someone else. Sometimes these are severe situations of manipulation. Something is not really quite right. How you might be treating yourself, negative self-talk, how you might be talking to someone else, or the lack thereof. So there are some issues there. Sometimes infidelity or temptation, things are not quite working out. So we'll see why that might be there. And this is an obstacle. So many people are having obstacles this week, and I feel like these are purposely there to thwart progress in a way, to have you learn lessons or bring about something that you need to face, something that you might not be doing right, or something that happens where someone's not doing right by you and you continue to allow it, and the universe says it's not right. So it says here's a brick wall, so you can face something to change something about how you deal with somebody. So that's an issue, and I almost see it like something that may happen, a repeating thing that continues to occur over and over again, that you might need to change, and is really important. And judgment is here in reverse, so there could be legal matters with these combinations. It doesn't have to be. For some, you might be stuck in some kind of situation like that. Others of you, it's something that you do. It's a habit. It's a person that you might go back to that's not quite healthy for you, and it continues to happen, and you don't really move away from it. So you continue to cycle back and forth. And I feel here, whatever you might say, how you might come across out loud, or whatever it might be, it could be really causing an issue by karmic things that actually catch up to you. So anytime I see justice in reverse, someone is going to be receiving something karmically. It's not for punishment, but it's to help you to understand that you can't move forward away from something until something is completely kind of done in the right way, to the best of your ability. So again, being fair to yourself or other people. All right. Recent past, for a lot of you, you did move on, and you may have let go and stopped, maybe clinging on to someone else. And I feel if you've done that, maybe this week you might kind of pull back a bit, or they might kind of cling on to you a bit for some. So if you let go of someone that was willing to let you go, keep that process going, I feel. And that's part of you kind of taking your personal power back, into knowing how much you do deserve in the right way, in the right respect. So that's important. Now, the hit of everything, what could be, I feel you might be, some of you may be coming through as a player, or you're dealing with somebody like that has you feel like they are available when they're not. Flirting, maybe talking to a whole bunch of different others. Now, flirting, that's different. I mean, while you're in a relationship or you're talking to someone, purposely doing these things or dealing with somebody, and it doesn't have to be a fire sign, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, but this is what could be. So if this is you, that's the injustice. That's an issue. Literally having sex with multiple people, but them not aware of it. You're not letting them know. That's your own business if you're doing that. But I'm saying if that person doesn't know and that's happening, that could be an issue for some. And it doesn't have to be that severe. It could be that you are kind of on a in between two different people, or vice versa, and someone is not letting somebody know. So that could be the issue. All right. Now, we do have what's coming towards you. We do have the Wheel of Fortune. So that's interesting. So when the Wheel of Fortune is coming towards you, it tells you, if this is the only way I can see this, if you are not the person that's giving off this kind of energy, the universe is saying to let go of whoever that might be. All right. Because some good things are coming towards you if you're the one giving off the positive energy, if you're trying to be the one who's doing the right thing, and you're turning a blind eye on that particular person or situation. You're kind of removing yourself from it. That's when a Wheel of Fortune tries to remind you what could be if you are to move away from certain patterns or a particular person in some way. That's how I see that energy. All right. Your response, the Seven of Swords. Who had this? Taurus. I think Taurus had this. You could be dealing with a Taurus for some, but I feel there are issues of dishonesty within your situation. It doesn't, you could be around a particular person. It could be a friendship circle, family environment. Something could be going on with the Seven of Swords just showing up, and there is dishonesty. So this might be the role that you're playing, or someone else is playing this role with not really telling the truth, being quite honest about certain things. And I feel this is for something that just came to me, where there are good things happening in a love relationship, good and positive momentum, but somebody is not being honest about changes that have been made, and they're keeping it away from a particular person, which is also manipulation. That's something that is important, and try to be fair and just with that. So it's a lot going on though. So how others are seeing you. Taurus had this too, the Knight of Pentacles, and it's interesting how I shuffle these cards and they come out in the same pattern. So it seems like a lot of people are dealing with the same kind of cycles and energy and lessons maybe this week. So the Knight of Pentacles usually working hard at a particular towards a particular goal, or you have a particular job that you're working on, going back and forth to work, or you're taking your time to stay motivated and trying to clear certain things out now so that you can be better prepared and freed up energetically for the future with a particular person. It could be an earth sign. All right, now your partner or your romantic partner or love interest, what they are up to, they're resting, they're reflecting off of some things. And I feel if they're doing that, you may be jumping to conclusions. Some of you, if they're home alone, you could be out kind of doing your own thing, maybe flirting or whatever it might be. And I feel like they could be thinking about you for some, but they're taking a rest, taking a break. And the outcome, we do have the Lovers in reverse. So this is the card of infidelity or issues with agreeing on certain things, just constantly arguing back and forth, you know, gossip, you know, just really not being sincere in a relationship. So a lot of different energies of deception that could be there, and that's going to be that. So I want to look into your energies from the romance angels for Leo for June the 11th to the 17th. I love for Leo. Make the effort. Great love is worth taking the steps that you're guided to take. So steps, clearing out the past. Steps, maybe focusing on financial obligations and goals. Steps, changing certain patterns or behaviors or things that might be bringing you down energetically, emotionally, physically, whatever it might be. And also just trying to be true to what you actually want, and maybe focusing your energy on one primary person instead of, you know, splitting it in many different ways, because it's going to still tear you down a bit. So just depends on how you deal with your love life. All right, so let's see energies for Leo for June 11th to the 17th. And we have love yourself first. Your self-respect makes you more romantically attractive, and that's part of the process that you might be going through. A lot of that self-love, that self-talk. Talk to yourself positively, tell yourself that you are worthy, and expect those things to happen, because you do have the Wheel of Fortune here. When the Wheel of Fortune is coming out in a love reading, a lot of times it indicates that there is some kind of I don't want to say destiny that you are moving towards, but a lot of you feel that there is something there between you and someone else. So pay attention to synchronicities, to your heart, how you truly feel. Even if you feel something is really off, or something is awkward, something is confusing to you, that might be the thing for you though. And I feel like that brings a lot of lessons and growth, spiritual growth between you and someone else. So keep that in mind. Love yourself first is really important, and that's how you're not being disrespected, or you're not having 10 sexual romantic partners at once and hoarding them, so to speak, because you don't feel like you can keep one, so to speak. So keep that in mind. All right, so I feel like that's important. I don't usually say that, but keep that in mind. So that's going to be your reading. I do hope that the messages did help you out. Lots of love, lots of light to you, tons of healing vibes, and you can always go to the website psychicloveheals.com to schedule something for you. Have a good one.